Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is AstroZerg from YGG Gaming. Today, I have a fun video for you guys. So, in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Todd the Tyrant. And in the top left-hand corner, we have AstroZerg. So, what we have here is a ZVT on Frost LE, I think. This is one of the new maps that was added in on one of the patches, and I like it. It's pretty big, so scouting's an issue, especially with these big gaps and only 4 ways to get across. So you kind of want to figure out where they are in the beginning of the game, especially on a 4-player map anyway. But so we have early expand from AstroZerg, and over here we have a pretty inconspicuous little 2 barracks is going down here. So it looks like a 2 racks cheese, which is pretty standard. So we'll just, I mean, these can be pretty deadly if you don't scout them out. Fortunately, this overlord is going in the right direction. Unfortunately, though, it missed by that much. This overlord, however, is getting pretty close. Oh, and now we're adding a 3 racks, a third racks, to this cheese, making it even cheesier. So, AstroZerg is just trucking along, making whatever. But if you can see here, there's not anything in the base, just a supply depot. While we now have a 4th barracks going down in this cheese. This is the oldest and smelliest and stinkiest cheese I've ever seen. This is just, and now he's just building his base out here too. So I mean, this is just looking like a forward expansion, because technically he could take this base right here. So right now you can see that it's obvious something's up, because there's only a supply depot and nothing's walled off. So what the best way to counter this, if you see that there's nothing in their base, just start massing a lot of units. Especially with Zerg, it's a lot easier, and you want to figure out where they are. Fortunately for me, I scouted it easily and found out where they are early enough so that they only had 4 Marines by the time I started massing stuff up. So this is a really, that's like the best way to counter, is just stop macroing, which is making drones, and just go straight into army production so you have something to counter this. Now, as Zerg, you need to stay on your creep and let especially against Terran, you want to let them come to you, sort of, and while you build up, because they can only make 4 units at a time in a 4 racks, but usually it's a 2 rack, so they can only make this many units at a time, while you have whatever many bases you're on with queens. Hopefully you can do whatever. The problem, there is no production going on after this 16. Just only thing that he's producing is supply depots. Meanwhile, Zerglings out of the wazoo coming out, Baneling Nest to take out the Marines. This is not looking very good for Terran, especially with, I mean, it's 1 base versus 1 base, but he has a second base, or I have a second base anyway. But yes, now we have Zerglings just flooding out constantly. They're just going to slowly pick apart these Marines, and eventually there's nothing he's going to be able to do. So this is just bad all around, and I don't even know what to call this. This is just, wow. To be honest, I've never seen a 4-rack cheese ever in my life. I've seen many 2 racks or 3 racks, but 4 racks is quite extreme, especially when you build a supply depot to, I guess, block. That didn't work that well, but now you can see trying to lift off and save everything you can, but oh, I thought that was an eye. Anyway, yeah, now you can see they're going, just trying to float back home, but, I mean, this is GG. This money's, like, you can't get these, even with reactors. You cannot make Marines fast enough to counter this, especially with Banelings. And now, trying to do all this production with the barracks and the command center, didn't even wall up. Let this Obadi go, and there's Rage Quit from Todd. So, all in all, pretty eventful game with nice micro. You can easily counter this type of build. I mean, it's really not that hard. You just have to have lots of units and know that it's coming. And with that, I'm Astro Zerg from YGG Gaming. See y'all next time.